What's going on, YouTube? This is Eric6554 here, bringing you a quick update and just a general safety tip for your single action revolvers. I just got my Ruger Superblackhawk back from Ruger. I was shooting it a couple weeks ago, and my ejector rod screw broke. Anyway, here's the gun. I'll show you exactly what broke. I was shooting it at the range, and this screw right here snapped in two pieces. Ejector rod housing fell off, fell on the table at the range. No big deal, but everything was okay other than that, but the screw snapped in two pieces. Sent it to Ruger. I had to pay for shipping because this gun was used. It cost me about $100 to ship it because it had to be overnight shipping. And when you ship a firearm, you can't go to like a FedEx store or a UPS store. It has to be a hub or a main station. Anyway, Ruger did a lot more to this gun, free of charge, I might add, other than replace that screw. They gave me a new barrel. Of course, the new ejector rod housing, I gave them the original parts, but they went ahead and put new ones in. A new screw, which is what broke, a new base pin, and a new pivot pin. They also rebuffed, I think they either refinished parts of the gun or they buffed them, because I had a couple scratches up in here on both sides, and they're gone. So I think they refinished it, or they did some, or they may have just, buffed it out a little bit. But the quick safety tip, I don't care if you have a centerfire, especially a centerfire single action revolver. I don't care if it's a Colt, Uberti, Ruger, so on and so forth. Make sure this screw right here stays tight, especially if you shoot lead bullets, solid lead. You reload cast bullets, even if you don't reload, say you want to shoot just lead round nose, your Ultramax cowboy loads, for example, or your cowboy action shooter where you have to shoot lead round nose. Just make sure the screw stays tight when you, check it before you put the gun away when you're done shooting for the day at the range and after you get home clean it. Just common sense. You don't want that $2.50 piece breaking and have to pay $100 to ship it. Or, you got an old gun or, single action that hasn't been made. The company, was an imported gun, was imported in the 70s. And, you take the gun in and you take the gun out and this piece breaks and the company that imported it ain't around no more. So, that's pretty much the way it is for the Ruger Superblackhawk. Now, quick update. Finally got a spare magazine locally for my car CM9. This is a 7-rounder with the extension. And these guns right here, these cars, the CM9s and the CW9s, pretty popular in my area, but none of the local stores in my area have had car magazines in stock. So I'm actually and I hate ordering online. I prefer to buy locally in cash. But hopefully this magazine works flawlessly, because I've heard it's a car factory mag, so it should work, but I've heard this type of magazine has not been most reliable, but those forum posts were several years old. So we'll see, because I want to have that as in the gun, and then I want to have the magazine that's in it as a backup. And just a quick little update on the TriStar C100. Buy one. These guns are very inexpensive. They have an alloy frame, so they're not as good. They're not as heavy as a standard CZ, which is okay for some people. I prefer a steel frame for a target gun, but the recoil on this one's not too bad for an aluminum frame. It shoots very well. It's very accurate. It has been very reliable. So I recommend you buy one if you want one. And it doesn't have to be the C100. They literally have about half a dozen different models or so, and a couple different finishes. There are a few spots where the Cerakote is starting to wear off. I'll show you what one is without taking the gun apart. You can see it. Let's see. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. The Cerakote has come off just a little bit, and that's natural, wear and tear on a gun. And then there's a part inside where your barrel sits, but gun's clear. But yeah, it's been a good gun so far. I've got about 500 rounds through it. Hopefully gonna put some CZ rubber grips on it, but other than that, buy one. They're not that expensive while they're around. Keep in mind, this is like the second or third iteration of this gun being imported in the past few years. They were originally imported as the Canik 55 through, you know, Century Arms, like as the Stingray. And those Stingray 55s or whatever look like shit. They got loaded chamber indicators and a few other things. They basically are a compact SP101. But TriStar guns seem to be pretty good. But main thing was on the Ruger. Their customer service was great. Their gunsmiths got this gun done very quick. They did more than I thought they would. They did it without charging me. All in all, good gun, good company, all American made. Support them. Buy some stuff from them. They're a good company.